Let's try again. Microphone was muted the whole time. How good is that? What it was is I was jumping between two different microphones, testing them this morning, and picked one, this one, and then didn't make it ready. So hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. Let me know in the chat, and we'll go from there. I'm going to pour a drink. I've got sparkling water. I've got coffee, and I've got tea. So I am back into beverage goblin form to see how I'm going. And yeah, it will be an interesting stream today, everybody. I'm not 100%. I'm still coughing. So hopefully I can hit mute in time and don't blow out your eardrums, things like that. So yeah, so coffee and then tea, which is my T2 licorice legs, and then very sparkling water. Okay. So let's have a look here. Good morning to everybody. Josephine thought she was late. No, Josephine, you're doing great. You're on time. It's me that's the problem. Also, glasses help when I want to try and read some things. Frankie over 50 is so good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Cheryl Lacemaker is hello from Saskatchewan, Canada. Hello, Cheryl. It's so good to see you. Thank you for jumping in. Kelly says, I thought the lack of sound was my headphones. No, it was me. It was me. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. I was tossing up because I'm like, oh, I've got this other microphone plugged in now. Maybe I could use that. And then my space is free again. But then you guys know how my local council has been threatening to rip up the whole street, like since threatening. They promised to do it. It's an upgrade, apparently. Upgrade. And that was supposed to be done back in February. Well, they started today. So I don't know if you can hear all the noise. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch microphones. If you can hear all the noise, let me know. If it's better or worse, let me know. And we'll switch backwards and forwards and work out which one is actually better. Because truth be told, I prefer not this microphone just because I wave my hands around. I like the sound this microphone gives. I do. But I don't like the space that it occupies, because it does occupy space. Just realized one of my little lights isn't on. I've got to put a little light on. Hang on a second. Little light. There we go. It's just background lighting. It's just it's not important to you. It is to me. It is to me. All right, so I'm going to switch microphones. So let me know if it's better or worse, or if there's too much noise right now. I'm about to change. Okay. Also, I have a fan on. So we're ready? We're going to switch. How's that? Is that better? Is that worse? Let me know. So I'll move that aside just so you know it's not that microphone. Hopefully you can hear something at all. That's also an issue. Can you hear anything at all? Okay, let me keep going through the chat here. Frankie has a bunch of paperwork planning on doing, so I'll be watching and working. Awesome. Right, that is awesome. Nis Bingo, so good to see you. So good to see you. Hang on a second. Joseph is like, now that the live stream has started, the phones will start ringing. Absolutely. It's how it works. That's you know, it's just normal, right? It's totally normal. Good morning, Molly. Good morning. Kelly, it is so good to be back. Honestly, not live streaming has been very, very hard for my brain, but I couldn't talk. I literally had, like, Tim and Abby thought it was the best thing ever, and they were paying out on me. Like, I tried to, like, because I could squeak out stuff, and they'd like mock me. They would mock me. It's that simple. Frankie says can't hear any background noise. Oh, that's good. Oh, still no background noise. That's fantastic, because this fan is loud and there's trucks reversing with their beeping reversing noises. There's a lot going on. Red Hooked, great to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining in. Oh, you like my on-air light? Thank you. Thank you. That's a Kmart special, that one. Bring it on. Josephine says, you sound a bit further away, but I can't hear the roadworks or the fan. Now, one thing I'll say is the microphone could be moved a little closer and still be out of the shot. So if you would like me to try to do that, let me know. I can totally do that. The new mic is not as good as the boom, but so much better to see your face. So please keep it the new one. All right, well, I'm going to push that one aside. We're gonna try a stream. This is the mic that I used to stream without in the shack. It's not like it's a brand new mic or anything. It is routing through a different system, but it is the exact mic that I used to live stream without in the shack when I wasn't so worried about external noise. So I want to use it more because it's like, it's a really expensive mic to have sitting there collecting dust. But yeah, anyway. So one thing that's happened is while I was sick, so all through COVID, all through long COVID, all through like, I mean, I don't think I know some people like, I don't like the term long COVID because I know there's people that have been struggling for years and I've been struggling for 6 weeks. So it feels disingenuous. But anyway, struggling through longer term COVID, it still doesn't feel right. Then Tim bringing home and oh, Abby's got the perfect word, extended COVID. Thank you, Abby. I like that one. Then what, you know, still not 100%. And then Tim brings home some sort of, well, he got pneumonia, basically, is what happened. And I ended up, you know, with a chest infection. So woot. Funnily enough, I've got better symptoms than him.
And I've got tonsillitis at the moment.
And Abby says she's got tonsillitis. So we're the plague house, basically. Don't come near us. And so then I lost my voice because what was happening is when I get it, you know, my asthma, I have bronchial asthma, so I keep coughing till I stop breathing is basically how it works. And when you cough that much, you damage your throat, which is what I've done. So now now we're just waiting for the throat damage to heal. So I'm still coughing, but nowhere near as much. So I am on the mend. On the mend. I just want to, please let this be the last thing for the year, okay? I am over being sick. I am over not being able to craft, not having a brain. But one thing I did last week was I pushed through the nausea that I get from crafting for any extended period at the moment, which that sucks still. And I finished Abby's blanket. So she was away for her birthday. So I had a couple of extra days that I could work on it. Like I worked on it all day. And I, like for 2 days, and I added like this much extra length to it. Wove in the last few ends. I had it all rolled up on her bed ready for when she came home. So she didn't count it as a birthday present. I counted it as a birthday present. She didn't.
You've been making it since I was in year 12. I've seen you make it. What's the surprise?
It's not supposed to be a surprise. Doesn't mean it's not a present. Anyway, we're not going to have this argument with you guys right here. Oh, really? Did Dad not transfer it?
No.
Oh, I'll get onto it. But yeah, sorry. So Abby's here as well, obviously. So let's have a look here. So you guys are happy with the way the mic is? You don't want me to try and bring it a little closer? So let me know. Extended plague. That's right. Extended plague. You're not back to 100% yet. I am not back to 100% yet, but I am improving, definitely. Home rapid repair is doing good. Yeah, I definitely get that. Oh, thanks for reminding me. My daughter's birthday is in a month and her blanket is only a quarter done. Hopefully you can knock that out of the park. I really hope you can. So I have a couple of projects handy for me to work on. I don't know if I actually feel like working on any of them. I meant to bring in one of the blankets, but I don't have one of the blankets here. I have my t-shirt. Oh, I don't have my iPad, so I don't have the patterns for anything. I'm gonna have to grab that. All right. So I actually have nothing to work on that I can work on without having to run away and go and grab something. So I'm gonna have to do that. It's so organized. Normally, everything is so organized. I walk in, I turn the lights on, I bring my drinks in and my craft, and I'm all done. This morning my mum rang at like 9:30. So I'm like running around trying to chat with her. I could have, you know, told her I couldn't talk, but it's my mum. So, you know, I wanted to talk. But I still had a quick chat with her, but it kind of did throw me off my game a little bit. But yeah, so I need my iPad and I need a different project, I think. So I'm going to go off and grab those. I am out of practice. I'm well and definitely. Now, I've done a little bit of live streaming over on the other channel, but I don't need any of this extra stuff. Because I had like moved the camera, I also had to fix the angle for the top down, and I was doing that this morning because I remembered this morning, like, hang on a second, you moved your face cam. You need to make sure they're still lined up, right? And they weren't. Like at all. So yes, I am out of practice. So I'm so sorry. So unprofessional of me. Start the live stream with the mic muted, or actually, first of all, I started it with like not in front of my face. Then I bring it over. Then realize it was me. It's been a fun way to start a stream. Let's go with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop on a be right back screen. I'm going to pop out. I'm going to grab my iPad. I'm going to grab a blanket that I'm working on. And then I will be back. So you've got time. If you're waiting on your cuppas, you've got time to run and grab those. So I'll be back very soon. I'm actually not going to run because otherwise I won't be able to talk, but I'll be back very, very soon. I'm back. I'm back. Tried not to run, got out there, came back, sat down, got everything ready, realized I had no scissors. Then I ran like an idiot. Like now I'm puffed. Oh my gosh. So let's have a look here. Oh, good morning, Woodstead Creative. Great to see you. Enjoying the BRB music. Oh, nice extended play. Yeah, I got it set and on loop. Lurking today with a bad migraine, been missing my time here because I've had group therapy on Wednesday nights. Angela, we haven't been streaming because I've been sick, but I'm so glad that you are doing something awesome for yourself, because you have to do these things. And but I am happy that you could make it tonight, and I'm sorry about the migraine. Migraines suck. Migraines suck. Okay, let me just have a drink. Okay, funny story time. I was cleaning my fish tank yesterday. We've got this little fish tank. It's supposed to be Abby's. Somehow it ends up falling to me to feed the fish, to the point where the family call them my fish. They're not my fish. Anyway, cleaning the fish tank. It's well and truly overdue for a clean. It's one of these sort of all-in-one modules with the slide-up lid that has the lights fold-up lid. Well, I've folded the lid up, and because I do a half water change, so I've scooped out some of the water, took it into the kitchen, came back to watch Macy just running at the fish tank. And because Macy tries to sit on top of the tank, the lid's open. I've had to catch this cat mid-air because she would have just landed in the tank. And you know what? She wouldn't have cared because she wants in the tank. She sits on top of the tank and flips open the little lid and puts her paw in it. Like, she taunts the fish. So if the lid's open, she's like, I am in. So then I sort of caught her and put her on the couch, and every time, because then I was like opening and closing the lid, like I'd open it, do what I needed to do and close it. Every time I open the lid, two little paws are over the top, and I've like got to bat them off so that I can close the lid again. She makes cleaning the fish tank fun. Let's just go with that. All right. Now, somewhere here I have, there we go, a picture in picture of what I'm working on. This is the Sungold cowl. I am nowhere near done. I'm in part 4 of like 6 or 7 or something, and I'm only just into part 4. Just to make life fun. Just to make life fun. Just what I'm doing here. Is it? I'm like, it's been a bit since I've worked on this. Let me just get into the groove a little bit while you guys have a look. I might need to zoom that camera in a little bit more. Is it? There are chains at the end. Okay, I think I've got it. I think I've got it. I didn't show the blanket, Holly. No, it's Abby's got it somewhere. I don't know where she's put it. And I'll have to, and she's just gone out. She braved the council workers' fury by opening the gates, letting them know she needed to go out. And they've stopped the truck so she could get her little blue bean in and out of the driveway. And what's funny is she's just going out to the shops to go and hang out with the mates. She'll be back to get ready for work and have to go back out again. So, yeah. Oh, Macy wants to help. No, Macy wants to eat the fish. Oh, that's a good point. If she does eat the fish, then I don't have to clean the tank anymore. That's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. Let me just see if I can zoom this camera in a little bit more. There we go. I mean, my hands look a bit pale, but I mean, they are pale. Who am I kidding? They are pale. All right. I'm a pale person. Maybe it's a bit cooler than what I'm used to. Like, what's happening with my lighting here? It's fine. It's just a bit cooler than usual. Let me just see. I don't want to mess around. I'm going to mess around, but I don't want to mess around. Let's bring in a little more color. So for some reason, I've dropped the color saturation right out. There we go. Oh, okay, that's why. Because this color goes crazy bomb if I bring it up to like normal saturation. There we go. Look, I'm just going to be a pale person. I'm just going to be pale. It's that simple. I can't just adjust the warmness because I'd just do that if I could. I would definitely just adjust the warmness. Yeah, that's it. That's as good as we're getting. Soz, I don't want to muck around. All right, let me just keep going here. So what are you all working on? Let me know. Let me know what you're working on. I need to go in and update my Ravelry queue. The Abby's blanket is finished, but I wanted to grab a photo of it on her bed. I wonder if it's in her room. It's probably, it'll be in her room. She's got a different blanket in her car. She steals blankets for her car back seat for some reason. And yeah, so she's got last year's Like, is it just one sneeze? Is it just one sneeze? I don't know. She's got last year's Cal blanket from Attic 24 on the back seat of her car right now. I wonder if she'll trade it out for this one. Because I actually prefer the colours off the other one for myself. I don't know which one she prefers. I'd let her trade. I really would. Let's have a look here. Loving my new glasses. I can see stitch detail instead of blur or color. Yes, for new glasses. Bring it on. Working on Bendigo stuck currently a bag. Excellent. So glad to hear that. I cast on a new pair of socks last night, so I'll be working on those. Fantastic. Dolores is making a beanie as a gift. Nice work, Dolores. Nice work. Yeah, so I'm just trying to work out exactly what sets off the nausea when I'm crocheting and knitting. Because what happens is I can be working along fine with no problems. It's not a specific amount of time that's the issue. So I don't actually know what causes it to start, but once it starts, it's a problem. Oh no. Oh no. I've lost my mind. I've succumbed to the latest knitting trend. This is Knit Spin Girls Creations. And I'm knitting an emotional support chicken. I had no idea emotional support chickens were a thing. I want an emotional support chicken. All right, you're gonna need to drop some links over in the Discord or on the Facebook page. I'm gonna need to see this thing. I need to, because I love chickens, and I think I could make a space like right here for an emotional support chicken. I'm doing the Helen Stewart MCal. Nice. I absolutely didn't start a new blanket instead of working on market prep for All About Fibre at the end of the month. Yeah, I can't relate to that statement at all. I've totally never started a project instead of finishing something I should have been doing. Said Chantelle never. So many creators are making emotional support chickens. I'm a bit out of the loop, you guys. While I've been sick, I haven't been at my desk. I haven't been scouring the internet. So I've had, like, I'm a bit behind the 8 ball, truth be told. Been trying to catch up, and I'm slowly catching up, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm trying to catch up on 2 industries. So it's, you know, it's one of those things. The support chickens are so cute. Oh my gosh. It's going to be bad. Do I need a family of emotional support chickens? Because chickens are pack animals and they do not like being alone. So, you know, maybe I need more than one emotional support chicken. Do you know, one thing I'll say is I don't actually think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I've knitted an animal before. I've definitely crocheted animals, but I don't think I've knitted an animal before. I knitted a snowman, a little snowman. I've got like a pile of Jean Greenhow books, like, that I absolutely love, but I bought them all before I was like a proficient knitter, and I kind of was put off them because there was assumed skills and assumed knowledge, which I probably have now. I could probably start digging through them again, because like Jean Greenhow's patterns were I just loved them so much. They just looked so joyful, so joyful. Let's have a look here. I've made about 20 crochet emotional support chickens now, and I have orders for more. It all started with making them for the nibblings for Christmas presents. Oh my gosh. A woman used to sell them at Bendigo, was on the same stall as Nola. I think I may have bought a chicken from someone at Bendigo for Abby. I wonder if she's still got it. She probably doesn't. Can you hear the banging? I can hear the banging. The banging's so loud. I'm just gonna, there we go. A bit more in the middle. I don't like it when I'm not in the middle. All right, I've got to fix up the framings. This is bothering me. See, I told you. Things bother me that probably don't bother any of you. Bothers me. No, I want to go the other way. There we go. One more. One more to the left. There we go. That's better. Less chance of it wiping my hands out of the shot. Oh, there is a knitted and crochet version of the emotional support chicken. Okay. Well, I'd probably be more comfortable doing the crochet version, but I really do want to try a knitted one. Knitspin Girl says it's such a fun knit. I'm having a blast. Now my question is it knit a million tiny little pieces and then have to sew them together? Or is it an all-in-one kind of thing? Because I'm really not good at sewing all the pieces together. I end up with little bags of like dismembered toys because I enjoy the actual making of the pieces, but I don't enjoy the stitching all the pieces together thing. Like stitching one or two things, I'm cool with. Stitching 11 billion things, not so much. Oh, and you've seen them being made on circle knitting machines as well. Oh my goodness. One thing I love about creators, right, and crafters is that they just know how to adapt things to make them work for them. Like the old machine knitting patterns, adapting them for hand knitters. Adapting hand knitting patterns for machine knitters. And then trying to adapt knitting into crochet. I think the adapting crochet and knitting to each other, not quite as successful, but people try. It's made flat and then sewn up. I can do that. I can do that. And 11 million short rows. I don't mind short rows. Short rows are cool. Do they specify which kind of short row, or do you have to just go with whatever? Because I don't like it when they just go, just use short rows. It's like, okay, which kind of short rows? There's more than one kind. And they do look slightly different. I see, now I need the pattern. I hope someone's sharing the pattern, because I think I could sit down and make an emotional support chicken. Oh, I need a tissue. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, that's got a great big hole in it. Good job, me. Jancy, good to see you. There's a video for the pattern. Okay, all right. I'll have to dig around. I'll have to dig around because I need this now. It's like, oh, it's a wrap and turn. I can do a wrap and turn. And it's garter, so you don't have to pick up the wraps. Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. That's even better. Okay. And can I do it on DPNs? That's another question. If it's all flat, is it small enough to do on DPNs? Because I have some DPNs I want to trial and test. And I have not done it yet because I don't want to start a new pair of socks. Hey, SMA Sky, how are you going? I hope you were able to catch some eclipse footage. Not sure if it's your jam or not, but I hope you saw it. And thank you. I did finish the blanket. It's a different blanket. I haven't finished this blanket. This is a different blanket, but I did finish one. So it makes me feel good because I was feeling very wretched with how many projects I've got on the go and that I was working on none of them. Kelly says crochet is just one piece in the round and then you crochet the comb on and embroider the beak and eyes. Yep, that's cool. Too many stitches for DPNs. Okay. Well, I'll just have to use something else, like circulars or something. Grr. They're long DPNs. I mean, they're like 8-inch DPNs. Um, oh, you did stream it. Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. I'll have to go and check it out because we didn't have it in Australia. Ours is we've got our next full eclipse is in 2028, I think it was. Oh, Macy came in, saw Louis and left. Oh, you got 60 pics you're going to make a time lapse with. That's awesome as well. 70 stitches for the body. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's too many stitches for DPNs. How big a chicken does it make? That's my question. I should have asked that question first. I just assumed it was little. 70 stitches. I am so happy that this microphone's doing the job. I really am. I'm very, very excited. Got the total eclipse in Florida in 2045. Wow, that's some time to wait until the next one. I'm not sure. I'll have to check if the solar eclipse in 2028 here is if it's over Queensland or not. It's the size of a small pillow. Okay, that's quite a large emotional support chicken. But I think that's kind of the point, isn't it? It needs to be the size of a small pillow. Because having something you can just stick in your pocket is probably not going to cut it. Let's keep going. I really like, I don't know how long they take once they start digging up a road. It does seem to be quite quick. So I'm just hoping it's just one really noisy day and it's all done. We do have a fairly long street, so maybe not. But it would be very nice if it was just all done in a day. Um, oh, my crochet ones are like hand size. I've done minis in cotton as bag tags. That's what, wow, you're really powering with these chickens. Um, your kids will be full adults by then. Oh gosh. Yeah, they do grow up very fast. Very fast indeed. Nearly at the end here, and I'm like, how do I finish these rows off again? Like, haven't needed the pattern for a bit. I'm like, can I even get to the pattern quickly if I need it? The answer is no. So 10. Oink. Flip. Where's the yarn stuck? There it is. There. I have to say, I do like these dots hooks from Crochet Me or Knit Picks. I think they're pretty cool. Is it 2 into there? It is 2. Right. Yeah. I'll probably have grandkids by then. I mean, it's a possibility. It's an absolute possibility. I have a grand fur kid. Abby has her Macy, and I'm Macy's I'm not Macy's mum. I'm Macy's mama. Apparently, I don't know what the deal is with that, but okay. I'll take it. I don't care. And so Macy stays with us sometimes when Abby's out and about. Oh, thank you for tossing in that affiliate. I'm not sure if you have to go through the Crochet Me page to find these hooks. I'm not 100% certain, but yeah, the whole set is just, it's a good set and it's cheap. You know, like how often do you get like a full set of decent quality for cheap? Like that's the thing, right? I mean, I consider it cheap, right? So it was like 10 hooks. I think it was 10 hooks. And I got a deal where they threw in the hook tray thing, but I got the 10 hooks and the hook tray for like 50 Australian dollars. So it's probably like 30 US dollars. I don't know what it is in US dollars. You'd have to look, but it was cheap. Like considering the crochet a more set, you get 9 hooks for like starting at around 75 or 80 Australian dollars, unless you can find a deal. And I would put these quality wise just barely under the crochet. What have I done here? Hang on a second, I screwed something up. Let me fix it. What did I do? I went under 1 loop instead of 2, like a total noob. Fixed it. It's all good. Nothing to see here. No need to report me to the crochet police. All sorted. So TV watching, there's been a lot of that going on here. I have watched up to the end of, I want to say end of season 11 of Death in Paradise. So that's been pretty fun. I've now jumped over, because like I can't watch any more Death in Paradise on what service am I watching on? So it's through Prime, but using BritBox. That's what it is. So I've jumped over to start watching Shakespeare and Hathaway, which is they're like private investigators, another British one. I'm enjoying that. It's a lot of fun. So yeah. Hey Leanne, look, Abby's appreciative that the blanket is done. She didn't feel like it was a birthday present or should have been a birthday present, considering she has watched it being crocheted for a long time. She didn't get to watch the end, and yeah, just, you know, it was one of those things. Oh, season 12 is on iView. All right, I'll see if I can catch it there. Oh, Holly has been checking out the hooks. The hooks are on sale. So you get the full set for $21, or with the caddy it's $35. I don't know if the caddy is worth like that kind of money. I think the caddy is good. I don't know if I would have bought it if I didn't get it included, like as a deal that I had. I mean, I use the caddy all the time now, but don't know if I'd pay the extra. But yeah, so it's 21 US dollars for the full set of hooks. So now I've got a, here we go. I've got a, they are bigger than the crochet the Clover and Moors. They're definitely longer, but they still feel just, they feel just as light. Like this is very light. It's not heavy. So yeah. Well, Kelly, the postage from Knitpicks is not terrible. Like I think it's only like $7 or $8. It's cheaper than if I could post it from somewhere within Australia to Australia. I remember noticing that. I was just like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I can get something shipped from the US like for $7 or $8 US. I suppose it's US dollars, so it doesn't make it cheaper, but it's the cheapest I can ship something that's not a letter in Australia right now is like $11. So that's just how much Australia Post charge. That's without any packaging or satchels or anything. That's just the postage. So yeah, it's a good price. It's a good price. Bianca says that's a good show too. Yeah, I hadn't really seen it. Um, and I started watching it from the start, and it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I think I'm up to season 2 or 3 of that one. I really like the characters in it. Leanne says, yeah, postage is great with nitpicks compared to other American yarn companies. Yeah. And they do have a point where it's free. Like, so if a couple of you Aussies want to chip in together, if you're local, like, not if you've got to post it once it gets to Australia, but if you're local and can just hand deliver a set to each other, it might make it worth it. But it's not that crazy for the nitpicks postage. I mean, I'd also check out any yarn sales, any book sales, any of that sort of stuff. There's always something happening over at Nitpicks. They have some cool sock yarn at Nitpicks too. Some fun colours. I don't know if any. I mean, I'm so out of the loop. I have no idea if any of it's on sale. I didn't even know the hooks were on sale. I'm going to see if coffee. Beverage time. Everyone needs to hydrate. She says drinking coffee. I understand how not beverage, how not hydrating that is. Okay. It looks like the total eclipse will go through Queensland, but the far western corner near South Australia, most of Queensland. Oh, okay, so I'll miss it. I'm not in the far west. Well, that's not fair. I wanted to see it. Thank you for checking, by the way, SMA Sky. I appreciate that. Holly says I'm using the Stroll sock yarn right now, which is one of the Knit brands, and I am liking it. Yeah, I like the Stroll, and I think it wears well as well. It wears well also. Tell you what, you know that thrum noise that like a few trucks together makes? That's what's happening. Because you've got the whatever it is that rips the road up and crumbles it, and that's driving along, and then you've got it comes out in a little conveyor belt and spits it out and drops it straight into the top of a little dump truck, a large dump truck, I should say. So there's a few things happening all at once out there. Oh, you're killing time waiting for B-roll to download off your phone. Cool. Oh, I got told about this great app and I've tried it and I love it. So I am both Mac, because I've got my Mac Mini that I run live streams and my desk set up from, and I've got my iPad. So, you know, AirDrop is great. But I'm an Android phone user, so you can't AirDrop to Macs with an Android phone. But there is an app that I've been using. Hang on, let me grab the name of it. Where is it? And you just need to have everything logged into the same Wi-Fi for it to work. It makes me think of like Snapchat for some reason. Hang on a second. No, that's not it. That's not it. I scrolled too far back. A friend of mine sent it to me, so I'm just checking the messages. I know why I can't find it, because he sent it as a text message, not as a Facebook message. It's called snapdrop.net. And you open it on your computer and you open it on your device, and it actually just it looks exactly like AirDrop, and you can just choose your device and go from there. Snapdrop.net, and you just have to, the devices just need to be on the same Wi-Fi network, and it works, and I love it, and it's relatively quick. Obviously, it depends on the file type, like file size, but I found it to be really good. So let me just. I don't know if that, it won't work as a link. You'll need to cut and paste it, because I didn't put any of the, like, the wwws or the https's or anything like that. But it's super useful. So those of you that are crossing between, you know, platforms, you can do so easier now. Yay! Gotta love that. Now, it cooled down here last night. We had an actual cool night to sleep. It was so nice. It was so nice. It made it very hard to get out of bed this morning. Leanne says, I've just noticed your frame is gone. I like the difference. I think it looks cleaner, if that makes sense. Yeah, so basically, the frame and all of that sort of stuff, I can't use in StreamYard. So usually, like when I'm just streaming on StreamYard, I have them next to each other. But I worked out a way to overlay them on top of each other. So I just did that. But yeah, I don't have the frames in StreamYard. So you like, because I was like, oh, I wish there was a way I could add the frame. So you prefer it without the frame? SMA Sky, it's really great. Like if somebody on an Android wants to share something to someone who's on iOS as well, you can switch it between phones. The catch is you do have to be on the same Wi-Fi network. So it obviously has to be someone you trust. And then you can, but then you can also, you can create like a hotspot, and you can let them join the hotspot kind of thing if you're out and about. Android to Windows computer. Yeah, that's Android to Windows though. I was looking for Android to Mac, which was even harder to find. So, yeah, it's always a fun line. Oh yeah, you can also control the phone or the computer. Yeah, there's lots of different little apps. Like there's so many different cool little apps. There's one where you can use your phone as a mouse. So you just run your finger over the top of your phone. Where is my phone, by the way? It was like right there. What do I do with it? Oh, there it is. So yeah, so you can just run your finger over the top of it like a mouse, and it controls your TV, not TV, controls your computer like a mouse does. There's so many cool little things out there that you can totally use. Yeah, Leanne's asking, what do others think? Do you guys prefer the border, or are you happy without the border? Like, this isn't a done deal. This was just me trialing and testing some stuff just to see how I feel about it. But yeah, like in the news today, StreamYard has just been bought out by another company. So I don't know if it's going to change or what. Who knows? It changed a little bit when it was bought by the last company. So we'll see. We'll see. SMA says that we've been having some nice weather here too lately. Nice cool breezes. It's supposed to rain here tomorrow, right about the time I have to take the kids to school. We joke here in Australia that that's when the thunderstorms hit, is right when you have to is right when you have to go and pick your kids up from school, like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. There's always there's thunderstorms, so parents have always got to drive through these crazy storms. Bianca uses Telegram to send files. I don't have a Telegram account. I don't like Telegram, so I don't use it at all. But yeah, there's lots of other ways to do it. Yep, there's lots of ways to send files. Yep. You're lucky. I'll be honest. You're lucky. I'm on Windows, Facebook Messenger. I'm not a big fan of that either. So, but Telegram's got security issues, so I don't use Telegram. Or WhatsApp for that matter. I don't use WhatsApp either. Vampire likes the lack of border. Holly's fine without the border. I mean, this shot is not like, you know, I'm used to being able to zoom in a little bit more. I have to play with it more to see if I can get it to do that. I think I have to zoom in the camera more, but that means that it's a permanent change. So when I change to this shot, this is also zoomed in more, which you could probably tighten up a little bit. It's a little on the low side. So I could probably tighten it up a dash, but yeah, you know. One of the things I love about Ecamm, which is the other one where we can have the border and everything, is that you can like software zoom so that in each different little scene you can have the zooms how you want them, and I don't have to keep touching the camera. I can just turn the camera on and let the software do all the stuff, whereas with StreamYard I actually have to like zoom in on the camera. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. In saying that, I can software adjust my webcam. So I don't know. I don't know why some things work and some things don't work. SMA says, funny how that works with the weather. We have odd things like that around here too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the weather does what the weather does. I am not smart enough for that sort of stuff, but it just seemed to be like this funny thing. Like when my daughter was in high school, I'd just be like, hey, honey, I'm not coming yet. Just wait. I'll be, oh, hello, Macy. Where are you going? Please don't kick over my cords. I need those cords. Jeepers. She's just, I don't know if you guys could see her, if she just came out of shot there. Macy's just scooted across the desk onto the windowsill. She is not a fan of the noise. Like, she's not sitting in her normal spot because I think it makes her too close to the trucks. Which she's still like 15 meters away from. Chantelle says, I use Line Chat to chat with my parents. Lots of fun emojis. Full size pics and assorted files. Can use on one computer and one phone per account. Are you coming back? Hello. Hello. Goodbye. Thanks. So, yeah. She's out. She was just like, just checking to see if I could see better from your window. The answer is no. It's on the wrong side of the house. Ah, oh, the vibrations. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky with choosing which apps and stuff to use. Some of them are better than others, and some of them are just a bit scary. And yeah, I don't like. There's a lot of apps I don't like to use. Thank you, Florida Manufactured Home Living. The blanket. Actually, Abby's not here. I'm gonna run. Well, not run. I'm gonna pop into her room. I'm gonna see if I can steal it for a second. If I can even see it. If I can see it, I'll steal it and I'll bring it in and I'll show you all. If I can't see it, I won't steal it. I won't bring it in because the two. All right, we have reached the end of that color. We did a color. We did a full stripe, so that color can just go away. I need my little pencil to tick off that color. All right, I'm gonna go and see if I can't grab this thing. I'll be back. Cross your fingers I can find it. I found it. I found it. All right. Let me just change. There we go. All right. This is the blanket. and it's touching the floor there, and so it's about my eye height. So anyway, I'll go and put it back. Okay, I'm back. No, it's nearly full single bed length. It's only about 2 inches, 3 inches short of a full single bed length. For Australia. So let's. What color is next? Plum purple. Let us dig through the colors and find plum purple. Lavender. Sugar plum. Plum purple. Okay. Alrighty. No, your toes don't hang out. The blanket's stretchy. It's let me just think. So I put it on Abby's bed and it goes from just hanging over the end of the bed all the way to her pillow. So her toes don't hang out, and it's also super stretchy. So when you climb into it, it doesn't, when it comes up and over your body and stuff, it doesn't shrink down. It's very stretchy. If I stretched it out, it'd probably be over 6 feet long. So yeah, it goes up to just her pillow, but no folding over. But we don't do the blanket folding over thing anyway. So we're talking single bed. And I made it actually a bit longer than she asked for. So, she is a happy camper, mostly. She's happy it's done, let me tell you that. It's gotten really blue again. It's supposed to be color balancing. What's wrong with you, camera? Auto white balance. Turn that off. There we go. I don't like your auto. Your auto is bad. But yeah, toes don't hang out. Up to, yeah. Okay, so how are you all going on your projects? Where are you up to? Let me know. And also, did somebody drop me a link to that emotional support chicken? Because my brain is now stuck on the fact that I may need an emotional support chicken in my life. I've started a double bed waffle in the round. Artdog says it looks like a TV static in color. Interesting. Chantelle says, I know it's autumn. My toes are cold for the first time since October or November. Oh my gosh, yes. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Bianca is making a shrug with Aaron yarn. How, your last project was like fine lace weight. How's it feel to go from so fine So I think it was like 800 meters per 100 grams to an Aran weight, which, oh, hello, you're back again, which is, you're lucky if it's, she's like unhappy. She's doing the low down slink. Yeah, like that would be, that's always weird for me when I jump from like really thin to really thick. Even when I jump from like 4-ply to 8-ply, I notice a big difference, but that would be crazy. Oh, Macy, you poor chicken. I think Macy needs an emotional support chicken. Oh, it needs up quick for sure. Yeah, it really would. Oh, hello, you're back again. You're going to step on something. I don't like this. I know you're stressed out, but I don't like you walking up and over my desk all the time. I'm going to move my audio interface back so she can't accidentally step on that. There's no power buttons that she can just step on. However, she's walking over the top of a USB hub that's got all the cameras plugged into it. So that's stressing me out a little bit. Can't do anything about that. They have to plug in somewhere. I'm working on, Becknick says, I'm working on a blanket. Sorry, I can't even read. Let's try again. I'm working on a jumper for my 11-year-old son, knitting it even, shock horror. I'm working on the yoke. That is awesome. I think it's really like, I think it's great that those of us that are more comfortable with crochet try knitting, and those of us that are more comfortable with knitting try crochet. I think learning extra skills is a good thing. I do think knitting lends itself better to some projects and crochet lends itself better to other projects, for sure. And so having both tools in your toolbox, being able to do both, I think it's a great skill to have. And I know not everybody can do it, but if you can, you should try. My procrastination blanket. I like how we've just gone from, no, I totally didn't do this, to it's definitely a procrastination blanket. Is a Granny Virus mashup in pastel rainbows for the dopamine. Very nice. I'm working on a double wrap cowl in high-vis yellow with high-vis orange spots. Oh my gosh, I need photos of that. I'm definitely finding it easier than any other knitting project I've tried before. Russell has said, we need you in the PBA group. Oh, why? What's going on? For your world-class expertise in live, but it looks like Tiffany beat you. Tiffany is up there with the knowledge, man. If she's beat me, then she's probably dropped in like a great answer. I'll have to go and have a look. I've put the crochet version of the support chicken in the fun zone too. Oh, see, now I'm going to have to make one of each. I'll have to have a play. I wonder if Macy would like an emotional support chicken. Does it have like dangly bits of just yarn or anything like that? Because she will chew that right off. We have a problem, which is we have some what are those thin Venetian blinds? We have timber Venetian blinds. Oh, sorry, timber look plastic crap Venetian blinds in our bedroom that we've been meaning to get rid of for about 15 years, and we just haven't. Well, now we have to, because Macy has been chewing through all the little strings. So yeah, it's like, okay, cool. Luckily I have bought curtains and a curtain rod for one of the windows. I now will need to go and do it for the big double glass sliding door. So yeah, good job, Macy. Thanks for trashing that. So yeah. Oh, okay. It's a safe place, so I'll call it what it is. Awesome. I'm glad this is a safe place. That's so cool. Because you know what? We've all done it. Who here in the chat has started a new project when you were supposed to actually be doing something else, whether it was craft related or not? Just like, I should be doing something else. I mean, I call it procrasticrafting for a reason. Oh, I should be clean. Oh, what have I done here? Oh, look. Let's just randomly make up our own pattern. Fine. That's cool. Try again. Source of Fiber now has those fluffy yarns in lots of pretty colors. Fluffy yarns. I'll have to go and check it out. I'm not a big fan of fluffy yarns. I'm a bit fussy. So if I've got to work with fluffy yarns, it better be good quality mohair and silk is about the only fluffy yarn I'll use. But I'm very curious to see what she's got. That's my life, says Bianca. Chintami says, naturally, new projects are the bestest thing. Oh, the chenille stuff. Okay, so she's had the chenilles for a while. But maybe she's got some new colours in again. Yeah, I don't use chenille either. I tried using some chenille on a project, like a stuffy. And are you okay? You're very stressed. Right? You're very stressed, kitty. She's back. Who knows what shenanigans she's going to get up to. What are you doing there? I'm not comfortable with this. I'm really just not. Just so you know. Yeah, procrastination. Absolutely. I've actually got it. I think I've got that on some merch. Make a creator procrastinator. Oh, Macy. Where are you, little one? Oh, there you are. You're okay. It's okay, kitty kitty. It's okay. She's so stressed out, man. This is probably the first of like the big construction-y stuff she's seen since she's moved in with us. So I can see why she's a bit stressed out. ADHD side quests. I mean, I think that's exactly what it is. After knitting shawls for Mum many years ago, here we go. I avoid yarns where I can't see the stitches like the plague. Why make life harder? Agreed. Agreed. Gabby Rodriguez is here. It's so good to see you. You're lurking and listening while working. That's awesome. I'm glad that you can do that. That's awesome. Oh, I missed one here. Holly says, I received some new yarn last night that I'm so excited to use. It's a baby camel and it's so soft. I used to get, I probably still got some in a bag, but baby camel fiber to spin. Oh my gosh. It is unbelievably soft. It is delicious. It's so soft. It's just so soft. And camel is a hollow fiber, so it's also light and warm. Oh, Leanne says, yes, new colours in the cotton bamboo blend and in the chenille. Nice. Do I have any of our cotton bamboo? That sounds like something I need. I mean, probably not. Maybe I should finish some projects and use some of the yarn I have. I mean, I've got so much. I have so much of her yarn. And just the cotton. There's enough cotton for a blanket. They're taking up an entire cube. I've got like entire sections of yarn from when I put my Hobie orders in. I should probably use some of those first. I really should. I'm trying to downsize my yarn stash. And not to like, you know, so I have no yarn or anything like that. I just want to downsize it so that it's actually in manageable projects. As in, like, I'm happy to have enough yarn for 20 or 30 projects, right? I just want to know that I've got yarn that can be used in a project. You know what I mean? Like, I've got all these like, oh, that was cute. And I bought like one skein. You know, which means that I've got to find a project that uses a single skein of yarn. Or find a contrasting or compatible color that works with it in a yarn that will work with it, which sometimes is trickier than it is. Yeah, but we all need, but there's special projects. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But like this year I had a goal of making more of my wardrobe. I haven't finished the other shirt yet. So tempted to start more because that's like a special outing shirt. It's not like an everyday. Oh, hello, she's back. Don't step on the keyboard, honey. Jeepers. She's freaking out. I'm a bit worried about her, actually. I've never seen her this stressed out before. I have a camel silk blend. She's climbing the curtain now. Oh, good job. You're going to get stuck and I'm not going to be able to help you because I'm live streaming. Cat. She's going to get stuck in the bookshelf. Like right at the top where I have to get a basket or a chair because I can't reach it. My sister wanted to name a camel-colored scarf. My sister... Let's try again. I'm thinking, why does your sister want to name a camel-colored stuff? She doesn't. My sister wanted a camel-colored scarf and she has a wool allergy. I'm hoping that the baby camel fiber will be okay. And you can't get more camel color than natural camel. I mean, that's true. That's very true. Bub says you finished a blanket, so doesn't that mean you get to start another one? Well, the problem is, Bub, I'd accidentally started too many. So I had Abby's blanket going, this blanket. I also have a scrap blanket going, and I have I'm doing a corner to corner join as you go sort of like gingham blanket, like large, like the 12 centimeter squares. So yeah. Oh geez, Macy, just free fall it. Get off there. You're gonna just knock stuff on the ground, and Louis, I've got to just rescue the cat so she doesn't drop stuff all over Louis. Louis, you're not safe there, buddy. You're not safe. Come on. Get Macy. Come on, you. Come on, you. Come here. I know you're a bit stressed out. Hey, you're a bit stressed out. There we go. You're a bit stressed out, aren't you? I'm going to be covered in cat hair now. Oh. Thanks, Macy. Let's have a look here. Poor Macy. Let's see, where are we up to? Yeah, so I feel like there's another blanket that I've forgotten about. There's probably another blanket I've forgotten about. Yeah, so I went and pulled down. She seemed to walk away a little less panicked, but that doesn't mean that all the trucks isn't just going to repanic her. Are all camels the same color? I don't actually know. I think they're all a similar color, I thought. But I could be wrong, like, because alpacas have, like, got 20, 28, 23, 28 natural colors. I just don't know about camels. Does anybody in the chat know? Hey, Francis, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm supposed to be working on my cotton knitted t-shirt, but then I found the perfect chicken colors in the discounted yarn. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to move on. Where's this? Where are we up to? You dropped Fiberific into a Reddit. Goodness, I hope I don't get like Reddit slammed now. I hope it was in a good way. I hate it when I accidentally start a new project. Oh no, I just started one. Oh, okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool. That's totally like, yeah, that is very cool. Other Star Wars Fusion blanket, yes, it still needs to be joined together. You're right. It has been, oh, and the blanket I'm designing. That's right. Like, yeah, that's, All right. There's a few blankets on the go, everybody. I don't know how many blankets we need, but apparently a lot. I don't know. Camels are varying shades of camel. Some lighter, some darker, but no browns. They're all brown, aren't they? I thought they were all brown. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all about spinning. Okay, that's cool. That is cool. Where am I up to before I, start inventing my own stitches again? Yeah, I've seen some horror stories where people have posted into Reddits and then they've just been like hounded. But if it's your Reddit, it's different. And it was like a legitimate video that matches the theme. It's not just like self-promo spam. Also, I didn't do it. It was you. So that helps too. I like this purple. This is a nice purple. So this Addict 24 tends to do a lot of her designs in Special DK, and I don't like Special DK. I don't like how it feels. And this time round, she had to add in another yarn because they were having some supply issues with the Special DK. And this is the Wool Warehouse's sort of like home brand yarn, the Yarn Smiths Create. I like it. I don't know how it washes or wears, but it's very nice to work with, I will say. There we go. Oh, there we go. Russell found some interesting facts on Google. Saudi Arabian camels were divided into 4 breeds: white, brown. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. As I said, I'm not 100% better. Okay, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. I think we may only have the brown ones in Australia. I don't know. But then I also don't know where the camel fiber that we get for spinning comes from. I mean, I know it comes from camels, but I don't know country of origin. See you later, Woolstead. Have a good day. Good morning, Amazing Yacht Destinations. Great to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, black camel for spinning would be nice. I agree. Francis says, it's so weird. I can't find this live on my iPad app, only on the phone app. So I looked at the Facebook and followed that link and it says not authorized. Have you got some sort of security on your iPad that doesn't allow you to watch YouTube videos? I don't know. There's no, I haven't done anything different. It's weird, especially like if it works on your phone. Anyone else watching on their iPads? I don't know. I'd like to troubleshoot that. Yeah. Well, I mean, wouldn't you wash the dirt out? What are you doing, Chintamani? Oh, it's a new iPad, so maybe. Yeah, there could be some. You might have put some security features, like said yes to something that you didn't realize, like, an extra layer of protection or something. And then it doesn't allow you to follow links outside of like Facebook or something. I don't know. Possibly. It seems that way, Chintamani, which is kind of hilarious considering your profession. Bob's watching on a Samsung tablet. I mean, I have watched live streams on my iPad before. I don't have today's live stream going though, because I have a pattern, which reminds me, where's my battery level at? Oh, I should charge you. There we go. Go forth and be charged. I'm sneaky typing while at work. That's kind of funny. Oh, this is me just sliding away. I just roll away. Yep. Goodness me. this blanket, this particular one, has still got a long way to go. We are up to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th color out of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Out of 18 more colors, so out of 23 colors of this section. And then we need to do part 5. So this is part 4. Then we need to do part 5. Part 6 is much smaller, but we are still a long way off on this blanket. We're not even halfway. But, you know, if I just focus on it for a little bit, I might be able to power through some sections. It's just a lot. And then that gets rid of an entire project bag of yarn. And then we have a blanket available for the couch because it's coming up and it's going to be cold and we need extra couch blankets because it's cold and we all want couch blankets. Oh, you're watching on a Pixel phone? Okay. A lot of like camelid products do come out of Peru. I do know that, so there's a good chance that it could come out of Peru. I also know that a lot of alpaca processing is done in Peru as well. So whether it may be processed there but not farmed there, if that makes any sense. Oh, there's photos of Chintamani's camel fiber in the fun zone. Yeah, I've only ever seen like the soft, like goldy brown color camel. That makes no, I know that didn't help at all, the color description. But I've only ever seen one color camel yarn. Or camel fiber, I should say. The thing to remember is camel can be dyed. So if you don't like the brown, you can create, like, while it's a slightly different undertone, I tend to underdye in grays. You can totally underdye in browns. You just have to adjust the color that you want over the top accordingly. Like, it probably underdyes better for warm tones rather than cool tones. This is probably the closest to the camely color out of what I've got here to point out, but it's not quite as gold. It's a bit more brown than gold. It sounds like it must be smoko for the trucks. Everything's gotten quiet. So, and it's time to hydrate, everybody. What's the difference between underdyeing and normal dyeing? So technically they're both the same dyeing process, right? But you underdye something. So I would tend to underdye something in a gray if I wanted a really rich depth of color. So that you would underdye it to take out the white and to get rid of that bright. It's nearly like an undercoat of paint. I suppose undercoat's usually white. That analogy doesn't work. But you underdye it to sort of bring up the darkness a little. And then you put your other color over the top and it creates richer jewel tones and richer colors. I just found that it looked really good. Yeah. Oh, Holly, good call. I would definitely get her to have a look and a feel before you went to all the work of knitting something for her. Sure. It's bedtime for you. Absolutely, SMA Sky, great to have you here in the chat. And clear skies for you as well. And we are nearly at the end of the first row of this. What is this? Plum purple? Plum. I need to zoom that in. Zoom. There we go, so I can see it. Right. right here. Then we've got, I'm going to have a little play with this microphone, try and bring it down a little bit more, bring it a little closer, because I'm very happy that you guys were happy with it today. I will definitely have a listen back as well and see how I feel about it too. But it's really nice not to have to worry about a microphone in my face for my, and I can bring my hands up a little bit more and not worrying about, whacking the microphone with the hook or anything. I just feel more comfortable. So, that's one of the reasons why I originally bought that one. Now, the audio is definitely better out of this other microphone. So, if I'm podcasting or if I'm on a call with somebody else, I try to match imagery when I'm a guest or when someone's a guest. So if they've got big earphones, I wear big earphones. If I can't see their earphones, I wear hidden earphones as well. And now that I know that this is set up and working, if they've got no visible microphone, now I can have no visible microphone. I'm a happy person. It's been a little while getting it sorted. Sounds very good with less viability than before as you turn your head. Yeah, absolutely. This microphone picks up this whole space. That microphone picked up this space. So, and there's nobody else home. So there's less noise around, like there's no toilet flushing, things like that, which this microphone can also pick up. But apparently you guys can't hear the fan going, which I'm surprised about because it's quite loud. Or you couldn't hear all the trucks and we're having the road out the front is being ripped up. So all the bitumen's being graded off and everything. It's quiet right now, but for the rest of the stream, it's been very chaotic. It's why the cat's been upset. So if you can't hear all of that, that was very loud. I found it very distracting. So one of the things was I had limited plugs. So I would have to literally find something to unplug to plug this guy in. But when Rode didn't update, I can plug this microphone into my Rodecaster. So it can come through the same system. So it actually means that I get to have like an extra plug, if that makes any sense. So that's been nice too. So, but since that's happened, I haven't had the brain energy or the time to set it up properly or deal with it. So you guys are the guinea pigs, and I really, really appreciate you being the guinea pigs. Oh, trucks are coming back. They've had their smoko. Red Hooked, have an awesome night's sleep. We'll see you next time. So yeah, and because I do move around and I talk with my hands and, it's working out that the things that work best for you. Like, we have these conversations in some of the YouTube education spaces where people are like, oh, I have to get the, one of these sorts of mics, one of these, or like a Shure SM7B, which like, this is like $150 microphone Australian, so about like $100 US. The Shure SM7B is like a $400 US microphone. And then if you don't have a Rodecaster Pro 2, you actually also need this other little thing called a cloud lifter, which is like another $100. Anyway, and you need an XLR input, so you've got to pay for anyway, so there's all these things that you've got to pay for and you've got to buy for when it comes to audio. This guy here is a USB microphone that is like is more expensive than this microphone, but he doesn't need all the gear as well. You just plug him into your computer. So super useful, especially if you're like me and you wiggle around and you move away and you're not directly, in the right spot for the microphone. So if you're like me and you move around, it's probably a better option. So yeah, you got to test these things. Not just because everybody else is using it doesn't mean it's the best one to use. Like for you. It's like crochet hooks and knitting needles. Just because everybody else likes the Clover or Moors doesn't mean they're the best one for you. Hello, Tarot Destroyer. Good to see you in the chat. But yeah, just choosing the right tools for the job for you is the thing, right? Like you guys know I'm like Team Chow. I love Chow, right? Have done a very, very long. I think Tarot Destroyer might be a bit behind in the chat. So yeah, we'll let it catch up. We'll let it catch up, but she might need a refresh. She might need a refresh. But yeah, so it's it's just one of these things where you've just got to work out. I'm just double checking I haven't watched it because I mean it can happen. It did happen just before. You've got to work out what works for you tool wise. Like what's comfortable in your hands. What does the job you need it to do. So, it's just one of these things. I am pleasantly surprised by these Crochet Me dot hooks. Are they dots or dotties? I don't know. Dots. I think dotties works too, but the dots hooks, the whole set is so cheap. And Holly was saying she went and had a look, and you can pick up the whole set from Knit Picks right now for like $21 US, which is just ridiculously cheap. And use the Fibrific Knit Picks affiliate link if you can. Definitely would appreciate that. If you can't find it here in the chat, if you go to the Fibrific website and you go to Fibrific Recommends, it's got a whole stuff of different places that I shop at myself or recommend. Some of them are affiliates, some of them aren't. They're just places I love. And there's a Knit Picks in there. So, but yeah, just absolutely love good tools. And I love that these are affordable and good and that they are different. Like, the actual shaft length is about the same, right? So from there to there. But the handle length is nearly 1 inch difference. So if you need a bigger handle for whatever reason and you find these are too short, this is worth a go. Definitely. I don't understand why there's little holes in the handles. No idea. Don't see the advantage. I'm certainly not attaching them to anything. That would be annoying. Oh, I've gone through a single strand. Okay, so Russell's jumped onto an iPad and he's able to watch it just fine. So thank you for checking that, Russell. I appreciate that. I think it might just be a security setting on Francis's new iPad. So yeah. But I definitely appreciate you jumping in and having a look for her. Alrighty, we are powering through. I need to refill my water. Made it very bubbly, but not too bubbly this time. On Monday, I made bubbly water for my live stream for the other channel, and I made the water too bubbly. I didn't think that was a thing. I really like very bubbly water. I didn't realize there was a point where it was too bubbly. So somewhere between this perfect level of bubbly and whatever I did Monday, I don't understand, because I do count how many. No, I've got Yetis. I've been drinking out of them, Russell. Look. I got my coffee and I got my tea. I got both. I just felt like a sip of water. My coffee's nearly empty, actually. Let me just check. Oh no, there's still a bit left in there. I've been drinking. Very good coffee. Yeah, Chintamani, I was like, I seriously thought that as well. Like, there's no such thing as too bubbly. But it was so bubbly, it was actually hurting my throat. But, I mean, also my throat is tender. So, it could be that. But it's no less tender today. And, oh no, Chintamani's got no milk. Tell you what, it was a very sad day for me when we got moved out of the trial zone for the drone deliveries, because if I was out of milk, I could just get a little bottle of milk drone delivered to the house. I didn't have to go out, which I just loved. Um, because sometimes you just can't, like, for whatever reason, you can't actually go just pop out and go and grab some. So, you know, sometimes it just can't happen that way. Bub Curran is reminding everyone to hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Bub. I appreciate that. And if you could smush that thumbs up, that'd be great. Oh, Leanne says, I did mention Stuart Gastows too much. I couldn't drink it. Yeah, I just didn't realize that I got to, like, I knew you got to a point where it's because you prefer gentler bubbles. I'm like quite happy for my bubbles to be super bubbly bubbles. But yeah, I didn't realize I had a point. But we learn things about ourselves all of the time, right? We really do. And I learnt that there is actually a point where the water is too bubbly. I was very surprised. If we run out of milk and can't go out, we Uber some from the grocery store. Really? What's really funny is one of the where we order our pet food from, their delivery service is actually Uber. Or I think whether it's Uber or Uber Eats, I don't know, one of them. An Uber driver drops our orders off. It's very bizarre. That, you know, it's definitely definitely a like, it's got to be like, what, how is it cheaper to get it delivered via Uber than Australia Post? Like, seriously. And then you get it within 2 hours as well, which is also cool. So if you realize at breakfast time that you've got no, or even just at lunchtime that you've got no pet food for their dinner, you can order it and it's delivered before their dinner. Oh, it had a weird aftertaste. Okay. How's my back going? My back is doing okay. It's doing the whole itchy thing. For those that don't know, I had to get a thing cut out of my back last Thursday afternoon. I have 8 stitches and it's right in the middle of my back. It's in a very inconvenient position. I had like a little checkup with the nurse just to double check it's healing fine. It's healing totally fine. And stitches are due to come out Friday, so fingers are crossed that they get to come out Friday, and that, you know, the results are everything's good. It just looked bad. So the fear is skin cancer. So we will hope that it's, if it is, they got it all. That's the hope. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't find out for a bit longer yet, but I don't have the results back yet. We have DoorDash. You can get anything from anywhere. Wow. Okay, that's cool. We had DoorDash, I think. I don't know what we can get delivered with DoorDash though. And I don't know if I'm actually in a delivery area for DoorDash. I know it exists in Australia. I just don't know if it's where I am. Yeah. Yep, fingers across for clear margins all the way. Yeah, they took a big enough chunk. It would be nice if it was all they had to do. It would be nice if this was a one and done. It's my first one of these sorts of things. You know, you get to a certain age and, you know, your body lets you know that the decisions you made when you were young were dumb. It's like, oh, you remember when you were a kid and you just didn't wear sunscreen, like, at all, because it was, you know, like 40 years ago and no one wore sunscreen? Well, guess what? Ha 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 ha. Here is the repercussions. Oh, being live is more dangerous than I thought. I heard a backstabbing comments, but never realized they could cause such injury. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. But no, it's I didn't stream last Thursday on this channel, so, well, at all actually. It was playing on my mind a little bit. I probably, like, voice-wise, I possibly could have pulled it off, but my brain was not in a good place because I was like, you know, I had to go and do this. So, yeah. Francis says we used to use like SPF 8 or 15. Yeah, because what is it? What are you at now? Like 100 or something? I don't even know. I still can't actually use sunscreen. I have a skin reaction. I have to choose between sunburn and chemical burn. So it's like, how much sun am I actually going to get today? Will it be worth the chemical burn? I don't know. So I actually just cover up more um, and just use and try to limit how much sun I get. You know, that's basically where I'm at now. So now I have to take vitamin D tablets because I avoid the sun. And what's really funny is one of the antibiotics for this, you know, chest thing, it actually is just like, yeah, while you're on these antibiotics, you'll need to avoid like sun lamps and excess sun. And I showed it to Tim and he's just laughing and laughing and laughing. Like, yes, he goes, that's not really going to be a problem for you, is it? And I'm like, no, not really. Yeah, I burn as well. I like 10, 20 minutes in the sun and I'm all like scarlet. Blister peel, back to white. Yes, that's me as well. So, yeah. It's not fun. The sun here is very hot. I know people in the UK are always surprised at how hot the sun is here. It is very hot sun. I don't know how to compare it to, like, say, the sun in Florida or anything like that, but I do know that it's a lot hotter here. Like, the sun is a lot more damaging here than the UK. Bianca avoids the sun. Chantelle avoids the sun. Yep. And it's really weird, right? I avoid the sun, but I actually love the beach. But I just don't go to the beach on bright, sunny sun. I tend to go like at sunset. I don't swim at the beach. I just like the beach. So yeah. I'm a pasty woman. I'm a pasty woman because I will burn in the blink of an eye. And that's before you add in one of my medications that elevates the sun's effects. Yeah. Yeah. Look, you know what? My dad's family are Aboriginal, and he doesn't need sunscreen. So it was just always one of these things that, well, he probably did need sunscreen, but he said he didn't. And yeah, it's very, you know, I'm pasty and they are not. I've seen many Americans on TikTok complaining that they burn here but don't burn in the US. Yeah, I do think that we do have a different kind of sky here. Like we're a different, you know, angle to the sun. So things will be different. But yeah, I've got friends who are like, oh, I hang out in the UK and I never get burnt, and I come here for 5 minutes and I'm a lobster. Yeah, a thinner ozone layer as well. There you go. So we get actually less protection from the atmosphere as well. So that's a big one. Oh, they're grading up the road again there. Smoko is over. They're back to ripping the road apart. We'll see how long before Macy comes back in. So, where are we at time-wise? Okay. I definitely need to put a bigger clock on my screen. I've got this little tiny like clock right up in the corner. I'm like, I can only look at it, like if I look at it with 2 eyes, I can barely read it. If I close my bad eye, I can read it. All right, we are at the end of another color. What? End of a color. So this week we have finished a blanket and done 2 stripes of another color. I'm like, I'm gonna start the next color. It's a mustard yellow. Let me just mark this one off. So plum purple is done. Onto a mustard yellow. Hello, mustard yellow. Is this mustard yellow? Yes, it is. Oh, what happened to you? You're a smushed. You're a smushed ball. Random strand of whatever. What are you? I don't know what that is. On the floor for you. Yeah, different angle, different elevation, thinner ozone layer means many tourists end up crispy. Crispy tourists. All those of us with, like skin. Anyone with skin ends up crispy. Maybe not. I mean, I do. Like, oh, look, I breathed out, I hung out a load of washing and I just come in and I'm just like a mess. Sunburn. What have I done there? I'm not happy. I'm not happy with it. I've got to fix it. I made that stitch too loose and it was all baggy and I did not like. 0 stars. Do not recommend baggy stitches. Alrighty, I'll tell you what. Like the plum purple and the mustard yellow look really nice next to each other. I will say that. Oh, they've been next to each other before. Oh, they try not to do that. I suppose last time was the mustard first, then the plum. So that's them there. I was just like, oh, that's looking nice. The UK sun. The UK sun is about as strong as a weak tea. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree. If we didn't have burnt and sometimes blistered shoulders through summer, it was a weird summer. No sunscreen back when I was a kid with 7 kids. The beach was awesome value entertainment. Yeah. Yeah. It keeps kids occupied. It really does. I'll tell you one thing. Like, your stitches are healing when they're really itchy and it's like this right in the middle of my back and it's just itchy. And I'm just like, oh, and I can't scratch it because it's stitches. That's where I'm at. So I'm like, okay, tomorrow the stitches come out. Hopefully. Hopefully they're healed enough that they can take it out. The sun here definitely has a sear the flesh from your bones quality to it. I agree, Knit Spin Girls. It definitely has that. Oh, you've been flash grilled, and now it will. Now it's time for eating. It's definitely that kind of feel to it. I was going to go out for lunch today, but I don't want to deal with the numpties out on the road. I'm going to have to find something in the freezer. Far from inspired. Far from inspired. I'm also out of bread, so I can't even go to the bakery to go and get some bread. But yes, so I don't know what I'm gonna have. Probably got some evil in there. Probably like some oven fried chips or something, or wedges. Oh, I can feel that is caught on something in there. Oh, look, yarn bath. Hello. It's bound to happen. Thanks for that. Thanks for existing. It's interesting. Russell's saying it's interesting. Brisbane is almost identically as far from the equator as where I am sitting in Florida. Possibly, but is the angle the same? I know you guys get like really intense humidity, the same as we do. But yeah, I don't know, what the UV ratings and stuff are. I actually really don't like humidity. I am definitely living in the wrong place, considering how much I don't like it. You measured it. I could see you doing that. I really could. I really could see you doing that. Yeah. I like the gold, well, the mustard with that purple very much. I think they could work together as just a project with just the 2 colors. I think that would look really good together. It'd be very, I want to say regal. Regal? Is that the word I'm looking for? It feels very regal to me mixing these 2. It works. The tones work. All siblings are now paying for our fun in the sun. Each of us has melanomas removed. Multiples for me, but early enough caught. Oh, that's good. That's good. I don't know if my brothers have had anything removed. I'll have to check with them. Unlikely. They avoid the doctors like the plague. Oh, come on. I don't need more yarn bath here. I really don't. Oh, wow. Okay. White. We don't need more yarn bath, but here is some anyway. Hopefully we'll use all that up. I don't have to just shove it back in the ball. Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And it's not through any kind of neglect from parents or anything like that. It's just we didn't know. And that's what my mum says. She's like, we just didn't know. Like, you know, she would put sunscreen on us, but I couldn't use a lot of them because my poor little skin would just blister off straight away or within like half an hour. And, you know, so it was always awkward, even when she started using the sunscreen. But yeah, it was just, we just didn't know. Grandfather had lots of skin cancers removed from his back, forearms, calves. He was an oyster farmer from the 40s to the 90s. Wow. Oh, my back is so itchy. It's just, it's very distracting. Every now and again, it'll just be like twingy. I'm just like, oh man, it's just driving me insane. It's driving me a little doolally. The elliptical orbit of the sun places the southern hemisphere closer to the sun during its summer months than the northern hemisphere during its summer months. Oh, there you go. This means that the summer sun in Australia is 7 to 10% stronger than similar latitudes in the northern hemisphere. That is really interesting. It totally makes sense. The sun is just straight up closer. I mean, it definitely feels like it's beating down. Not today. Today's lovely. Today is gorgeous. But, you know, in summer. Oh, yeah, I remember zinc on my nose. And I have no problems with zinc. And the zinc in the different colors and zinc on the nose. We definitely did that. I remember that. Where is the yarn baffages? I don't like it when we have yarn bath, everybody. I just wanted to point that out. How much I dislike yarn bath. Oh, I did not chain. I need to chain. Nothing but the facts, ma'am. Can anyone tell me who famously said that? Nothing but the facts, ma'am. No, I don't know that one. Yeah, Chantelle remembers zinc as well. I remember I bought pink zinc and my brothers were furious because mum made them put pink zinc on their noses instead of, I didn't get the cool yellow zinc. I'm not evil. Not evil at all. Oh, and it was the blue zinc that made me realize that when I put blue near my face, my eyes go bright green. So that was another thing too. That was a fun one. So if I want to green up my eyes, I have to wear blue eyeliner. It's so 80s. Because my eyes change color. So, like, just for clarification. It seems like my eyes change color. They probably don't, but they reflect differently. Depending on what I'm wearing. Especially around my eyes. Yes. Oh, that's off camera. Sorry about that. Just trying to power through the yarn bath. If I work through it fast enough, it'll disappear, right? Bianca's got ahead. See you later, Bianca. Have an awesome day. I would like to get through this yarn bath so that it's not sitting here taunting me.
Hopefully there's not more lurking inside the ball, because that also happens. You're like, oh, yay, finally through the yarn bath, pull out the next bit. There's like, bleh, and the next bit's there, and you're just like, oh, thanks. That's definitely not what I wanted right now. Oh, there you go. Francis says, sometimes I think we must just be twins. I wear blue eyeshadow and eyeliner to make my eyes look more green. There you go. I also wear green to make my eyes look grey. Depends on what I'm looking for. Although I have to confess, I'm not a fan of blue eyeshadow, so I don't tend to wear the blue eyeshadow, but I will sneak in some blue eyeliner every now and again. So I tend to do a lot of my colour changing with eyeliners rather than with the actual eyeshadows themselves. It's probably not as striking. But I have painted my entire face blue for a mascot thing. And it was just like this kind of blue. It was like the blue on this bag. It was like blue. And I actually had people go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize you had green eyes. Like, because they sparkled green. That was like, because it was just blue everywhere. Also, the blue didn't come off as easily as I would have liked. So I did have to deal with it for a few days at my corporate office job, where it was a bit of a joke. And I double checked it was supposed to wash off with makeup remover, and I had makeup remover, and it did mostly come off, but I did have a blue hue. It was definitely, if I could have changed the camera settings to fix up the color warmness, it would have been very nice to go to work with less blue. And foundation did not fix it. It was a little too much. And it was also all down my neck. It was, yeah, definitely a smurf. I was definitely a smurf. 0 stars. Do not recommend that face paint. It was supposed to be like, it was a swimming carnival thing, so it needed to be some waterproofness, but it was supposed to wash off with makeup remover. I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. I had to explain that to my credit controlling boss, the head of finance of an IT company. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, was it a swimming carnival on the weekend? Oh dear. I remember a blonde friend getting, this is from Game Widows, a blonde friend getting coloured zinc in her hair and it did not wash out. Yeah, yep. I suppose that's one of the advantages of dark hair is you don't tend to have to worry about that stuff, because even if it doesn't wash out, you don't really notice it. But blonde hair, oof, that would be noticeable. Russell says, I wound up with sparkle green toenails after a night in Key West once that wouldn't wash off with nail polish remover for nearly 2 weeks. What did they paint that? Oh, if depending if they use like the nail polish that they use at the salons, where it's like heat set, like UV set, then they use basically a Dremel to get that off. It doesn't come off with nail polish remover. Gosh. Oh yeah, in summer their hair turns green because of the chlorine. Yeah, I've seen that happen. But oh my gosh, Russell, I bet you kept your feet in socks for a few days there. That'd be very funny. Time to change my glasses to my regulars instead of my readers. Still getting used to them, so have a time limit. Yeah, you definitely need to watch it, otherwise you end up with some pretty good headaches. Even epoxy remover didn't work, so I ended up having to explain it to my wife. Oh wow, that's gold. That's gold. That's so funny. Holly says her hair always had a green tint to it during the summer. Yeah. Yeah, nearly at the end of another row, and we're nearly through the yarn bath. So like double win, right? Double win. Get to the end of this row and we'll see if we just pull out more yarn bath. Frances has finally warped up her loom this week. Haven't had the energy for weaving in ages. It's nice to get back to it. Yeah, look, I reckon warping up looms is not always awesome in summer. So, you know, as you know, the months are getting cooler. Warp all your looms up, even if you have to put them away, so that it's easier to do it later. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I was like, oh, you know, when you pull on the yarn and it's still tight and you're like, oh, man, more's coming. No, it was caught on the label. And it's fingers are crossed. Cross your fingers, everybody. We need to get through this with no more yarn bath, please. Because we still have another row of this colour to do, even though we won't be doing that together live. But, yeah. All right, here's... Oh, it's sliding. It's working. Straight out of the ball without yarn bath. Yay. See, look. Just pulled out. Sweet as brew. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for hanging out in, you know, in our live streams. Russell's explaining the event had alcohol. I had assumed that there was some alcohol involved for you to end up with sparkly green toenails. I really did. I don't know why. I just assumed that. I just did. Yeah, so thank you all so much for coming along. Thank you for letting me know that this microphone is not terrible. And I will catch you all next week. Be good now. Bye.